Power doesn't disappear when conditions change. It reorganizes. Influence doesn't vanish. It shifts, often quietly, often before anyone even realizes it's happening. Today, we're looking at who is going to gain influence next. Not ideologically, not morally, functionally. Because many people are already responding to this shift without naming it. So Laura, when pressure increases, who do people actually trust and why?
When pressure mounts, people tend to trust those who feel grounded and consistent, those who've quietly shown up over time without needing the spotlight. It's often the calm, steady presence, the ones who listen, hold space, and offer practical, real solutions without fanfare. Trust flows toward those who don't amplify the pressure, but instead help us find clarity within it.
I think that's the goal for 2026. Stability and clarity and discernment. So a lot of what used to command attention doesn't seem to land the same way. Urgency just feels draining. Intensity is abrasive. Escalation feels exhausting. What are people responding to less right now?
You're absolutely sensing a shift. People are responding less to all or nothing extremes. Drama and urgency just aren't winning hearts. Instead, they're gravitating toward authenticity, thoughtful pacing, and grounded, relatable voices. People are craving resonance that feels human, steady, and real. Less spectacle, more substance.
I think it's about time that we put down all the flashy, fancy things and actually start to feel, human again. So if loudness is losing all the influence and all the flair, what stabilizes people under pressure? What actually builds that trust now?
It's the quiet, consistent actions that do it. Showing up when it matters, listening deeply, and offering genuine, practical help. Trust builds when people feel heard and understood, not rushed or sold to. Transparency also stabilizes. When you see someone own their imperfections and keep going, it resonates. And honestly, shared values. When someone stands for something real and follows through, that's the anchor people lean on.
I'm so happy to see that ethics and morality are going to have a second round here for humanity. So if this shift often gets framed as disengagement or collapse, why does this reordering get misunderstood so easily when it's actually good?
It's easy to misunderstand because slowing down or stepping back can look like giving up. We've been conditioned to equate influence with noise and speed. So when influence shifts quietly, it doesn't look like power as we've known it. But in reality, it's more sustainable. The good here is subtle. It's about deeper, long-term trust rather than immediate domination. But since it doesn't shout, it's easy to miss unless you're paying attention.
Yeah, with everything moving kind of behind the scenes and not loudly, it can absolutely be missed. So if this is already underway and we're already experiencing this, how does this reorder show up next? Where will people notice it, the most? Where will we be able to see this as it evolves?
You'll likely notice it in who people turn to for guidance. Leaders who aren't necessarily the loudest, but are steadily present, offering clarity when things get murky. You'll see it in conversations, less about flashy trends and more about meaningful, grounded solutions. In communities, you'll notice more focus on mutual support rather than competition. Ultimately, it shows up when people make choices based on integrity and resonance, not hype.
That's wonderful. So if influence is reorganizing this way, where's the relief in us understanding that now?
The relief is knowing we don't have to chase the loudest voices or keep up with constant urgency. It's realizing that real influence is coming from steady, thoughtful places, and we can move at a human pace. It's a breath of fresh air, because trust and clarity aren't about pushing harder. They're about finding resonance, showing up authentically, and letting that be enough.
That's wonderful. I'm so happy that we are here. Please notice what resonates and just leave the rest. If this episode gave you some language, we'd really appreciate if you liked and subscribed. We'd love for you to comment and always let us know how you are feeling. And as always, Wayfinders, we love and appreciate you so, so much. We value your time. Leave us a comment and let us know where you're at. Episode 11 will be next, and we're talking about what's going to become optional now. So, Laura, would you like to sign out and tease the last episode as well?
Absolutely. Wayfinders, as we move into that next episode, we'll explore the freedom in choosing what no longer has to define us, what we can release, and what we can keep. Until then, keep trusting that grounded, steady voice within. We appreciate you deeply. See you next time.